things going live, and monetizing. We're going to set goals today. That is really what we're going to talk about today. We're going to set some goals. We're going to make sure we are intentional about what are we trying to achieve. And that's what we're going to do for this month of July. This July is a restart month. So we're going to talk about that a little bit just so that you guys are being intentional about how do you restart, how do you get going, how do you make sure that you are doing what you need to do to be intentional with everything you have set out for yourself, friends. So that's what this month is all about, setting goals and being intentional as we do it. So we're going to get started in just a minute. I am literally setting up my screens. I'm setting up. So come on in. Let me know if you have questions. I appreciate you all joining. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll get started shortly. And so again, this is our 10 a.m. Eastern conversation. We go live, and monetize our expertise. But I want us to set goals, because in order for you to get going, you gotta be intentional. Gotta be intentional about what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me drink some protein water real quick. You guys are joining the live. I appreciate you joining. We're going to talk in a second. Thank you so much. Thank you all who are in the room. Please say hello. Good morning, friends. Say hello. Let me know how you're doing. And let me know how the day is going for you this Saturday morning. And as you guys know, I co-stream, so I'm getting my screen set up to be on the YT. Super loud. And we're going to get set in a second, friends. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you being here. So, hello, how you doing, friend? Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you supporting the live. As you can tell, you are one of my early birds watching me. I appreciate you. All that are coming in, make sure hello. Make sure you say hello, like the live, and comments. And always subscribe. If I am new to you, make sure you click that subscribe button. If I'm not new to you, make sure you say hello to me. So we can all connect, friends. I appreciate you all being here. So as you saw in this title, we were talking about setting goals. So I want that to be your intention. Set your intention, friends. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much, friends. Hello, come on in. How you doing? King Kong and Zaya. Appreciate you both being here. Everybody else who are joining the live, make sure you put a comment, say hello. We're setting goals today. If you have not already, make sure you click like the live. And if you have not done so yet, click that subscribe button. We are subscribing as well. So make sure you subscribe as well. So I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate all support and comments. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We are gonna get going in a second on the other platform, but I want to make sure I am answering questions from my YT people, my YouTube people. Again, make sure you click like, make sure you say hello, and then make sure you click subscribe if you have not done so already. I appreciate all the support as you click subscribe on one of my channel, on one of my live or one of my pages, one of my posts rather. Make sure that you leave a comment and like, and then subscribe, and I can do the same for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you going on. Appreciate your comment. I don't know, Dan. Dan, that seems like I ought to, these screw stocks go to take off. I don't know, friend. But it seems very random. So let's stay on topic, because we are going to talk about making sure we set goals, friends. So if that is a goal of yours, then by all means, make sure you set a goal to look at those stocks. Okay. We're gonna get going. I don't want to take too much of our time in a way that we are. We'll just hit go live. We're just gonna hit go live. That's it. We're just gonna go live, y'all. That's it. That's all. No second guessing it. Hello, friends. Come on in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you supporting the live. come on in. We're going to talk all things going live with ease and confidence. And let me know if you have any questions. We're going to talk all things going live, friends. Let me know if you have any questions also. So, as you can tell, we are talking all things going live. Trying to see, there we go. And we are going to get started in just a second. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. If you are new to my live, go ahead and click like, put a comment in, say hello. Appreciate you all joining the live. You talk about stocks income. Stocks are income. They are income. They are. And that's what I said. We're talking about setting goals today. So if that is a goal for yours, because I always talk about monetizing your expertise. So you want to make sure that you are setting goals. Hello, friends. How you doing, Donna? Good morning. Good morning. How are you, friend? Let me know if you have questions. We are going to get started in just, hey, phenomenal. How are you, friend? Thank you so much for joining the live. We are getting started in just a few seconds. Let me know. Let me know because I'm going to do the, I'm going to activate, what do you call it? The Community Fest. Because we're in the last couple of days. We're doing the fan club phase because we made it to global. So I'm going to activate that in a second. And let me know if you have any questions, if you want to participate in just doing a couple friendly battles. And anybody else, I'll ask others that come in the room as well if they want to do any of the friendly battles. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all joining the live. As a matter of fact, let me see if the live goal will show up. It probably won't. Let's see, I think it may be too soon. Last time I said it, I think I said it probably around 10:30. So I'm realizing it's probably like a 24-hour gap that you gotta have before you can reset the flash goal. I think that's what's happening. So it doesn't let you do it in advance of that. So the flash goal is every 24 hours. So I'm assuming that's what's happening. So I just tried to click it, it didn't show up. But I think I said it right around 10:30 or so yesterday. Donna, thank you so much for that daily. Heart me, I appreciate your friend. All my friends coming in live, thank you for joining. We're gonna get started in a second. How was your 4th of July? How was your 4th of July? I was in these TikTok streets pretty much the whole day. So what's happened is that my Thursday, Friday, and my Saturdays, I still do my 10 o'clock, I still do my 4 o'clock, and I do the 8:30, which is my shop live. And it is a thing. It is a thing. I'm realizing that. You know, it's that live lit forth. Was it really? The fireworks that I saw, I'm going to have to be honest with y'all, the fireworks that I actually saw was the ones I had in my live. It did not occur to me until I got done with the last live. My husband had put my son to bed already. I was like, you put him to bed already? It was like 10:45. I was like, you put him to bed? He was like, yeah, he was tired. I was like, oh wow, because he had fell asleep on the sofa, so he put him to bed. Yeah, and you know, I had the effect background where the fireworks was popping, so that's what I saw. The fireworks in my life. That was it. And then I have to be honest. When I went downstairs, he had the TV on, so they were doing, you know how they do, almost like the New Year celebration. There was some one of the networks, I want to say it was like CNN or something like that, had it on television. So I saw some fireworks on TV for about 20 minutes. And I saw what I had in my live. That was the extent of my fireworks for the day. So it's all good. That's the way I chose to spend my 4th. I guess that's it. That's the way I chose to spend it. So it was totally fine. I didn't get any barbecue. I didn't do any of that other stuff. Hello, friends coming in to join the live. Thank you, Sylvia, for following the live host. I appreciate you, friend. How you doing, Bridget? Thank you so much. Case, how are you, friend? My friend who is the security guard. I appreciate you joining the live as well. How's your live sessions going, friend? Let me know. How everything is going. Security guard jobs. I think that's what you promote in your live session. So let me know how the lives are going for you and how everybody is supporting your live journey as well. So yeah, I did not see much. I didn't have much action for the 4th of July. Anybody else? Did you guys do anything fun in particular? Anything fun for your 4th? I think next year I'm gonna have to plan differently. That's all I'm gonna say. Not that what I did was wrong, but it's just, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you do things that's where you want to be at that time. Hello, good morning, happy Saturday, friends. I am still, you guys know I was on vacation last week. I am still in vacation mindset. I am still in vacation mindset, so I have to admit I got to get back to the schedule. You said I stayed at home. I stayed at home too. uh, yeah, so I stayed at home too, and I was in these TikTok streets. How you doing, Gloria? Yeah, I was in these TikTok streets all pretty much, it felt like all day. So what I did yesterday is, you know, I had the 10, the 4, and then I had the 8:30. Well, in between that, I was doing content. And then I had a one-on-one meeting with somebody, one of my clients here. So I had a meeting. So really, honestly, everything about yesterday was TikTok. The only thing I will say though, and again, that's how you doing? You just woke up, right? The only thing I would say is that it was partially because I had been away, so I was catching up. So some of it was catching up, some of it was just, you know, just trying to get my bearings again. It was just getting back to a schedule. Thank you all. How you doing? Just fabulous coming in. I appreciate you joining the live, friend. Thank you all who are here. I appreciate all the support. We're gonna get started in a second. We're gonna do. Let me know anybody else. Phenomenal. I don't know if I got confirmation. Let me know if you want to do the friendly battle. We'll lock the treasure box for the global level for the fan club. We'll keep moving. Hi everyone. Happy sweet Saturday. Love it, love it, love it. Happy is always ready. Appreciate your friend. Um, Thank you so much. Just fabulous. Are you doing another live today for for this account for your shoppable live? Let me know if you're doing another live. Happy, happy, happy. How are you, friend? Coming on in. Thank you so much for joining the live. Appreciate you all being here. So thank you for all the support. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna see if I can do the I think it's still too early. I'm gonna see if the flash code pops up. No, it's still too early. All right, because you said not today, not today. How many days a week do you do it? Are you at 3 yet? 3 or 4? Let me know. How you doing, Happy? Thank you so much for the Community Fest gifts. I appreciate the popular votes, friends. We're gonna get started with the bonus time for the fan club too. Thank you so much for achieving that goal. I appreciate your friend. We're gonna get the bonus going on now, the bonus time, so we can start getting double the points. We are still in the Community Fest, just so that you all know, we're still in it. It ends tomorrow officially. So it ends tomorrow, 3, but I'm going to 2. Okay, you're gonna end up doing 2. Gotcha. 2 shoppables. Gotcha. Yeah, we are still in the bonus. I'm sorry, we're still in the Community Fest. We're in what's called the fan club round. So our community, which was awesome, our community made it to the fan club round for the global level. So global, we're under the super category, and we're in the fan club round. So I appreciate you all supporting the live. I appreciate you all making sure that we are continuing to grow as a community. I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much, Jess. And so we'll get going in a second. I just want to bring some more of our friends in. If you don't mind tapping and sharing out the live, we'll share out the live to get some more of our friends in the room. Make sure they know we are up and moving. We are in these TikTok streets. We're going to do this essentially for today and tomorrow. I'm actually, this is my first time participating in Community Fest. It's a thing. I'm just gonna leave it right there. It is a thing. I don't know how I feel about it, but it is a thing, okay? so yeah, this is my first time, and I'm gonna continue to participate. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I was trying to see if my bonus, it didn't pop up that I had the bonus time going. Heart and Joy, how are you, friend? Come on in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Phenomenal. Let's plan to start. We'll plan to start at around 10:30. We'll see if we can start it then. I was trying to see if the bonus goal popped up first. So let's give it a couple more minutes. I was going to see if that popped up closer to 10:30. I was going to see if that worked, but if it doesn't, that's fine. We'll just start at 10:30. Thank you all, friends who are here. I appreciate your supporting. We're going to check the box in a little bit just to make sure we can do the treasure box, and then we'll get going. I posted a video today. So my video this morning, and I want to make sure I talk about this a little bit. I'll talk about it more once we have more people in the room too. I talked about setting goals for the month, setting your monthly goals. Because what occurred, obviously we're in a new month. What occurred to me also is that we are in the second half of the year. So we got 6 more months ahead of us. And so we want to make sure, if nothing else, we're starting the next 6 months. You want to make sure that you're setting goals for yourself. And I don't want you to really focus on the past. I want you to feel as if this is a renewed time for you to get started. Okay? And so some of you are already, moving forward, doing your thing, making progress, which is awesome. Now, set a goal so that you can constantly improve. So that's what I would say. So just make sure you are thinking about your future, thinking about what you want to do. And if it is TikTok and staying in these TikTok streets, what does that look like for you? So I just want you to be intentional about your goals for this this upcoming year. TikTok gave us the Community Fest goal. Okay, good. We will go with it, friends. We need 4 Community Fest from 4 individuals. Thank you so much, friends. So we got the Community Fest goal right now as part of our flash goal. I told you it was close to 10:30. It came on for me yesterday. So I knew that was going to be the case. Yeah, the flash goal is every 24 hours. Thank you all. I appreciate y'all. Look at y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the flash goals are sent out, I guess, every 24 hours. Now, this particular flash goal is the Community Fest flash goal. So I know I've gotten another flash goal later as well. I've seen that happen to me too, where there must be a Community Fest flash goal, and then there's a regular flash goal. So that's what's happened. But that's the first time they actually gave me the Community Fest to send as a gift. That was the first time I've seen that doing these Community Fest activities. So yeah, we'll give it another minute, and then we'll go ahead and start the matches. These are check the box friendly battles. Check the box. We are checking the box to make sure that TikTok knows we are doing all the things to progress. And then we'll get some more of our friends in the room. We'll talk, we'll chat. I'll stay on to about 12:30. I think a solid 2 hours. I'll stay on to about 12:30, no later than 1, if it depends on how things go. I think 12:30. I was sharing earlier, I need to start posting more content because my content game, I'm lagging. I'm lagging on my shop page. So Coach Miss Jessie, how are you doing with your content creation for your shop? I know for me it is a lag. I did a video yesterday where I promoted a product, the air fryer that I got. It's funny, I watched somebody's live. And somebody in Live Legion, she had her live where she was actually cooking with the air fryer. I was like, I don't know if I could do that. I have to wrap my head around how to coordinate that in my house. I can do it. Don't get me wrong, I can do it. It's just a matter of, you look like twin girls. What is it? We look like twin girls. Is that it? Me and you right now. I have to do more. Yeah, I have to do more too. I do. Yeah, the thing I will say is Phenomenal came over. Hey, friend. You're like, Dr. Lisa, let me get on. Let's get going.
I knew I needed to get things set up, so it didn't take as long as I thought.
Okay, appreciate you, friend. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, Coach Jesse, you said your video skills are terrible. Mine are improving. I need to figure out timing though, because I spend too much time. I think I'm too much in the weeds with my details. I get busy trying to do all the things to content posting and what gets put on the back burner. It is. That's exactly what's happening. And it's not helpful. It's not helpful in terms of your growth. So I know that and I recognize that. So I just need to do better. Let's start this match, friend. I'm sitting up here chatting. Thank you so much, Fidel. I appreciate you. We're going to start this. This is check the box. If you guys just want to tap the screen so we can get at least a few points on the board and TikTok is not looking at us sideways.
Well, man, you Sam, how are you?
Thank you so much. Let's see. I'm going to mute my friend so she can talk to her community. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for supporting the live. Like I said, this is a friendly battle. We're just going to do this so we can check the box, so we can get the treasure boxes unlocked. As you guys noticed, I don't know if you have or haven't noticed, as you noticed that that is something that TikTok is doing more often than not, where they are fielding a lot more of the For You page or people who are involved in some of these campaigns. You're seeing where people are coming a lot for that. I'm gonna have to reevaluate my process after Community Fest, so I know that's something I'm gonna have to kind of sit in a space of saying, okay, what do I do differently? How do I make sure that I am still getting, you know, on the For You page and support from growth strategy. Why can you not go live from TikTok Studio anymore, Mark? Why can't you go live from TikTok Studio anymore? What does that mean, Bountiful? When I click, you're seeing the separate app for TikTok Studio? Is that what you're referring to, Bountiful? I think you're referring to a separate app, if that's the case. Because in app, you can. Because I actually just did it today. So in the app, when you click the plus sign to do a video, you say they have TikTok Live Studio and TikTok Studio. Yes, TikTok Live Studio is different. I don't think that's what she's talking about. She's talking about TikTok Studio. I think she's talking about within the app. No, when you go to your profile, you used to be able to go to TikTok Studio and go live. When I go to my profile, I go to click TikTok Studio. I scroll over, the live home screen is there, and then I click go live. That's what I did yesterday. Today, the way I came on is that I clicked the plus sign when I was on my profile as if I was going to start a post, and then I scrolled over and clicked live. Both of them are there because when you click TikTok Studio, you see tools and live. So I guess okay, there are different apps. Yeah, there are different apps. Yeah, so both of them should be there, both options. Yeah, because if you went to your profile and clicked TikTok Studio, you should see tools and live. If you scroll over to the live side, that's the live center, the home screen. At the bottom, when you scroll down, you should see go live. That's where I did it yesterday. Now, if something's changed, I need to check today. Because I didn't do it today. It's funny. And honestly, it's always a mixed bag in terms of which way I come in. How you doing? Ask Dr. Pratt. How is everything going, friend? Long time no see. I remember you coming through before. I'm going to have to hit her with a hammer. Hit her with a hammer. Yeah, hit her with a hammer. We are not going to promote violence in this live. I appreciate that, friends. Thank you so much. Come on in, friends. We are doing, these are friendly battles to unlock the treasure box. These are friendly battles. Yep, you laughing. Yes, these are friendly battles. So thank you so much for all who are coming into the live. I appreciate you joining. We're doing this. We're going to unlock the treasure box. We're going to get talking and talking about goal setting. One of the things that I'm really focused on is setting goals, even for myself. And I said that earlier. Hello, friends, coming on in. I appreciate you. Hello, Lisa. How are you, friend? When I talk about setting goals, even for myself, I was talking about my content creation. I got to do better. There is a couple things that I'm kind of still waiting on the whole agency response. I still have not gotten anything. I'll say that out loud since we are in the room and we're chatting away. I'm going to check real quick now, actually. I'm sitting here just to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn, but I didn't check today. I've been stalking the page and there's still no updates. So with that, I'm still waiting on that. But at the end of the day, there's a couple other things that I had on my to-do list. So I'm working through some other things too. one of the things is launching a coaching sessions. I've been talking about doing that for a minute, so I will be doing that in the next couple days as well. Um, Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the support. We're gonna do the battles. Thank you so much. You all got you some support. Thank you for all the contributions. I see all of you guys. TikTok didn't give any hammers, no gloves, no nothing that time. TikTok's like, okay, I don't know what y'all doing, but y'all just doing a friendly battle here. That's it. That's all this is. We not gonna give any of the power ups for that particular battle. But I thank you all. I appreciate the support. So what I will say is that over the next month, I have a to do list of things. Content creation is at the top of my list, so that is one things that I'm doing um, to make sure that I'm being more intentional about setting up more content. Especially as you go, like I said, when you go into the second half of the year, especially from a TikTok shop perspective, Live Legion Jessica, she talked about this a little bit. I was listening to her as I was driving back from my trip and realized that at the end of the day we are in the second half, and once things get moving, it goes quickly. And I know that to be true because I started on my TikTok journey. You guys heard me tell the story. It was early September, and in those last 4 months of the year, essentially, you feel like things go quickly. And when it came to my growth strategy with my other account and just thinking about starting this account and what to do with it, all that was like, you know, really fast paced. And so, what I will say is if you're somebody who's sitting back on the fence, you're trying to figure out, should I do? What should I do? How should I start? What should I start? I'm going to say get started. Just start something. Okay? And then make sure you're setting goals for yourself that you can continue to do it and keep moving forward. Thank you all for joining the live. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, friends who are sitting in the spot in the box to help the live. I appreciate the support. We're doing these quick, friendly battles. This is no stress. These are low stress battles. We don't do the high stress in here. We are not doing the high stress in here. We are doing stuff that is low maintenance. And we are just making sure we check the box so that we can do the treasure box and we can get the chatting and talking and bringing some of our friends in. And what I know to be true is that TikTok has been a little interesting with how they are fielding people to your room lately. So I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional with making sure I do some of these campaigns, but also that I am still able to deliver my messages. Okay, that's what we're talking about. I want to continue to support you all. I want to continue to support your growth, and then hopefully, things happen in this next half of the year where we see exponential growth as well in all of our pages. All right, friends. Thank you so much for the balloons, cheerful balloons. Look at that. I hadn't seen the cheerful balloons. Thank you so much. Appreciate your friend. Um, and like I said, we're going to get to this next. We have two more to do, these little short battles. And the goal is to check the box. And we'll get to chatting and talking a little bit more. Coach Miss Jessie, I'm curious. Why are you scaling down to two lives for your shoppable lives? What's going on there, friend? Hello, everyone coming into the room. Thank you so much for joining the live. Like I said, we are doing some quick, friendly battles to make sure that we unlock the treasure box. Yeah, what was the logic there? Bountiful, how are your lives going too? I got a chance to attend one last week, but are things still moving forward for you? Um, and then I'm gonna try to pop in on one because I'm curious about the tea that you're talking about too. Um, so that's something I'm very big on making sure I get the right balance. Some days I have hundreds, other days I struggle to hit 20. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand the algorithm anymore. Yeah, it's interesting, very interesting. I know there's some things I need to do. That's why I said the content creation is important, making sure you get that engagement, that visibility. I also know I need to do more live events when you schedule your live out. That's something I need to make sure I am doing on a consistent basis. And so I'm actually, when I get off this live, I'm actually going to sit down. So I need to come make sure I have like a daily checklist. When you think about having your content calendar, how people have those type of methods. My thing is I start, and then as things get busy, it throws me off. And then obviously I'm coming back from the vacation. The vacation threw me off too. So I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. You said, I have never scheduled an event for my live. Maybe I should start doing that. Yes, yes. You know, that's one of the best practices out there they talk about in terms of promoting your live, scheduling an event, putting your, doing that as well as, baby boy, mommy's on her live. Okay, go talk to daddy. Love you. Close the door. Thank you. He is such a mess. You know, I'm so hungry. And he just ate, so I know his father's gonna be like, dude, you doing too much. No, no, you're not hungry. um, so yeah, so yeah, so scheduling is the best practice because of being able to promote your live. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting that round. I appreciate you. We are doing the third round, and then we have a fourth one. Friendly battle. We're gonna put up a few points. We're gonna keep this moving, and then we are gonna go into the treasure box world. But then we'll still talk. We're gonna still talk. Like I said, I'm trying to make sure I am doing my due diligence, friends. Prayers for Texas flood victims they've hit. Oh, FEMA's. Yeah, that's devastating. Thank you, Mary, for popping in. I miss those sweet little kid voice. Do you really? I want to say, do you really? Do you really? After hearing it nonstop all day on the plane it gets to the point where you're like, oh gosh. You said, Doc, am I still competing? Yes, I am. I am in. This is for the fan club, so we are still in Community Fest. So we made the fan club round. It ends tomorrow, y'all. Let me do a little clap for that. It ends tomorrow. And so I love the fan club. Don't get me wrong. That was not any shade to the fan club. It's just it's the Community Fest process. The whole treasure box and all the other stuff, unlocking it and stuff. That process is a little unnerving. But for that I do appreciate the fan club. You said I'm in the flag club fan club number 99. Are you really, friend? Appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so, Bolivar, I didn't know you lived in Texas. So you live in Texas too. Yeah, what part of Texas? So where you live is not the flooding. Um, I'm surprised to be there. Are you really? You're fine, friend. You are awesome. Appreciate you. Um, so yeah, what part of Texas are you in? How you doing? I used to live in Texas. Oh, PA now. Gotcha. Um, hey, Define and Dana, how are you, friend? Thank you for liking the live. Welcome to the live, friend. Yeah, that the flooding there. I have some friends of a friend that live in Texas, so I need to check in on them because they're good people, and so I need to check in and see how they're doing because you're right. I got a glimpse of it during my breaks yesterday about the flooding, so that's how I knew that the flooding was pretty devastating that happened. Obviously, because we were traveling, I missed a lot of local news and U.S. news, so I wasn't aware that it happened. But I think it happened like in the last 24 hours. Like it's just now happening. I am for 30 years. Oh, okay. Awesome. Um, love the DC area. Love that area. Dallas area. Fort Worth. Yeah. Wrong goal. Hold on 1 second. Let me edit the goal. TikTok wants me to do this encore thing. I haven't done that one. I'm just putting the live goal up for now. Yeah, so you live. So that's where the flooding's happening, though, isn't it? Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, it is. It is. It's the Dallas area, isn't it? I'm almost sure that that's where it's located. How you doing, Miss Darlene? I saw you come in. How you doing, Empowered? Appreciate you all joining the live. We are doing this. I think we are number three, number three of four of these matches, and so we will. We're checking the boxes, friends. I have to. After this one, I'm gonna see if it. I think one of those didn't count. Did we not make enough points? Hold on 1 second. Let me see, make sure. Oh, you know what? It didn't count. It says it. It says I have to get 30 points. So each match has to get 30 points. So we have to do two more. First one counted because I think we went way over 30, but the second one did not. I don't think we got over 20 points on the second one. So I didn't realize there was a point minimum. I just looked at the little question mark. Tell you the question mark tell you everything you need to know. And yes, there is a question mark next to the matches. So yeah, let me tell Phenomenal. Hey friend, Phenomenal. I don't know if she gave me. She must have me muted. Okay, she has me muted. All right, I have to let her know. Anybody else wants to do a friendly battle? Let me know. I'm gonna tell her real quick. Hey, can you hear me? Can you Phenomenal. Hello. I got two more. Yeah, because we didn't get 30 points for that second one. There's a minimum. Yeah, there's a minimum. I didn't realize it was a minimum. And so when I checked to see where I stood, was it 3 or 4 that was left? Because I was actually thinking I was done. And I looked and it didn't register the second one because it wasn't 30 points. Yeah. All right. So we're going to start. I'll anybody else wants to do one, I'll ask the room. But I think I haven't seen anybody say yes or no yet. Thank you, though. I appreciate your friend. I'm going to click rematch. Thank you so much. All of you guys supporting the live, I appreciate that too. Damaris, thank you so much. I appreciate your friend coming on in. Thank you all. Thank you all for all your support for the last couple of lives, matches too. Yeah, that's something I just noticed after doing all this, that it has to be a total of 30 points, at least 30 points. Appreciate you all supporting the live. Thank you so much. We will get it going, friends. Appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for coming in and helping out. The, what were we just talking about? The Dallas-Fort Worth area. Yes. So the flooding that's happening there, I'm trying to think where's the nearest water? Are they along the, no, they're not along the coast. They're kind of inland, aren't they? So I have to go, my geography is kind of off. So I need to go back and look at a map because I'm like, all that rain is just literally the downpour. Because in my mind, I always think about like with Florida, because we're near the coastal areas, the water will rise, things will flood. You'll get that type of water damage. But that's interesting. And then maybe that's the case where there's little man-made lakes in some other areas that's causing those to rise up and flood, I would imagine. I didn't get any of the rain rain. Oh, so where are you at? That's right, you're in Texas. What part of Texas are you? Coach Miss Jessie, where are you at? And help me with my geography. Like where is the whole flash flooding coming from? What is that all about? Thank you all, friends. Appreciate the support to the live. We are doing, we're going to get ready for Community Fest in just a second. Like I said, we're checking the box right now just to make sure we can get things going. Appreciate all the support with the live. Thank you so much for coming in. You said I'm in the Dallas area. So where's the flooding? Isn't that the Dallas area? Or am I wrong? Is that a different part of Texas? Thank you all. I appreciate the support. We did get up to 30 points. So that is awesome. We checked the box, got to 30 points. So thank you so much. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay. all who are in the room, I appreciate you helping with the live as well. So we are doing Community Fest right now. Community Fest is going on, and there's also an encore version of this too, where I guess they have these little mini um, ways for you to engage your fan club. Obviously, going live for a certain amount of time, making sure you're getting different levels of gifts. So TikTok always has something going on. So just know I would encourage you on occasion to do some of this stuff, just so that you can kind of make sure you stay in TikTok's good graces. So nice to connect with everyone here. Thank you so much, Bountiful. I appreciate your support. Yeah, we're gonna transition in a second to the treasure boxes. And so there's a couple things I want to get to, again, talking this morning about goal setting. Thank you so much for joining the live, friends. Teresa, appreciate you joining. Thank you so much, Coach Miss Tracy, for the lightning bolt. Appreciate the support. Okay, we're down to the last minute and a half. We got one more battle to do, and then we are going to be set and good to go with the goals for the treasure box and stuff. Appreciate you all helping with the live. We're going to continue to do this this afternoon as well. When I get off, is this the last match? I got one more because the second one didn't count because it wasn't 30 points. So you have to have at least 30 points. And I'll say this, if you ever do matches, take a look right next to the match. There is a question mark, and just see if there's, like, if you're doing a match for a particular competition or something, a campaign. Just see if there's any special criteria for the match. So this one said it had to be at least 30 points, which is, TikTok's rules. So, all right, friends, we're in the last 20 seconds. We're going to be in the very last match. 30 points is what we need to make sure we check the box and be able to move forward. I appreciate the support. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. Appreciate all the support. And okay, just waiting to use my hammer. Oh, that's funny. You said it's all about the hammer. It's hammer time. Appreciate you all supporting. Thank you so much, Iggy, as well as, oh my gosh, Miss Coach, Miss Jessie, and Damaris. I appreciate your support. So this is the very last one. So we're going to do this very last one. And we are going to be in the festivals. Yep. So if we can get to 30 points, we are golden. That is where we got to check. Oh, well, there we go. Appreciate you. Y'all so sweet. It's like, thank you so much. The cheers. We came out the gate. Y'all. Y'all said, Dr. Lisa, we going to get this. Never again. Well, we'll be sitting here waiting on another match, friends. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. We, yeah, I didn't realize that there was a point limit. So thank you so much for the second match, or period. There's a point limit, so you gotta make sure you get a minimum. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. So we'll do this one, and then we'll unlock the treasure box. We'll get some of our friends in the room. We're going to connect and grow. We want to make sure we're intentional with our growth strategy. And then, on top of that, we're going to talk about goal setting. How you doing, Nika Grace? To see you coming on in the room. We are wrapping up. This is the last match. We're wrapping up the friendly battles so that we can do the community fest. These battles are very different. Yeah. You talking about my battle in particular? I know you were helping out with the votes for others. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So essentially, yeah, because at this point, it's funny you said that, Iggy, because at the end of the day, I can't get votes because people, this is the fan club round. So people who come and get the treasure boxes are getting treasure votes or votes to support other people. So that's exactly what's happening. It's pretty much what I'm doing. Now, was I doing that intentionally? Was that my intent? Not really. But that's what happens. That's totally fine. Like I said, it does give exposure, and so for me, that's the win. So it's giving exposure. I get some more followers from people coming in, engaging in the live. So all that to me is the win. It works out in that way. But yeah, when it comes to people growing and voting and getting the votes, thank you so much, Nika Grace. 25. Look at you, friend. I didn't realize. Look at you. Look at you, Nika. So I know, but you can give you the hard me and help you. Say that again. I know, but they can give you the heart me. Yes, yes, and help you. Yes, they could. They could. Do they? Not all the time. Not all the time, but that's totally fine. And then yeah, the heart me could be a part of it too. But no, I don't always get the heart me. And then the flash goal will pop up. And it was like, and I had a flash goal yesterday, it was like center rows. It was like only 10 people sent roles. And it was like 60 people in the room. I was like, okay. So people come for the treasure boxes, they claim their votes. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So I am just helping the TikTok universe. That's what it is. And I see for what it's worth, but I appreciate it. Um, you said same thing. You did end up competing. Yes. Yeah. So we are in this final few days of Community Fest. So we'll see our way through the next 24 hours, and you know it was fun while it lasted. So I so appreciate that. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate your support. It's about to be hammer time. You're so funny. You gotta send it at the end. You gotta send it at the end. Good morning, Shirley. How are you, Lynn and Light? Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, friends. Thank you all who have joined the live. Thank you so much. You said I'm back, Miss Darlene. How you doing? Appreciate you, friend. You back in the room. Guess what? Coach Miss Jessie has been witnessing the hammer for the last 30 seconds. So you'll be on this side of the hammer. Well, have a nice day to you all. Thank you so much, Iggy. I appreciate you. We're about to open up the treasure box. She hit you with a hammer. She seems like she cussing you out. I got her muted, but I don't know what she's saying. But it don't seem like she's saying nice words. Were you balling her out? Was you cussing her out for sending them hammers? I was like, all this time you didn't help me out so patiently. She gonna throw all them hammers. Like I'm throwing all my hammers. I love it. That's me. Yep, yep, yep. Exactly. Me too. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's exactly what I was talking about. I woke up this morning. My post I did this morning was about setting goals for yourself. So content for me, um, is probably the thing I need to hone in on the most, especially having the 2 pages now that I'm trying to mind and make sure that I'm obviously engaging and building content. So building content is like the first priority, and then engaging is a close second, to be honest with you, because that matters too. So I got to make sure I build in consistent time for that, as well as doing the live and doing the offline coaching. You good. You good.
I said I'm going to focus on maybe 8K by the end of the month and then get to 10K by
Yeah.
hopefully the end of August.
Oh yeah, that's easy. Yeah,
It's
that's
possible.
feasible. Yeah, that's
It's
fair. Yeah.
very feasible,
Hmm.
but I'm trying to, in addition to my content creation, and actually use my TikTok shop affiliate program.
That too. Yeah, that's gonna help.
Yeah.
This is the time. If you're gonna do it, this is the time to kind of jump into that because you'll see where the second half of the year, and that's what I was saying earlier, is gonna kind of make things start steamrolling and going faster, and more people are paying attention to shop, especially around the holidays.
And I looked at my analytics and I was like, girl, you almost made $1,000 this past couple of months. Like, what are you doing? You gotta
It,
get serious.
exactly,
Right?
exactly, exactly. That
So
right there.
yeah, start treating it like a business.
There we go. There
Because
we
if you
go.
can't figure out where it went, you might not be taking it seriously.
Exactly. Yep. So yeah, so thank you so much. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All
Have a
right.
great day. Bye bye.
Bye.
There we go. Thank you so much, all who are coming in the room. So phenomenal, phenomenal is phenomenal. So first of all, the taxes to be paid. Yes, the for the money you earn. Is that what you're talking about, Iggy? Yes, 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 yes. Um, Yeah, so it is important to be mindful of that too because it's going to be on the back end. So you just got to make sure as you are earning money on the app, yeah, you're going to have to pay taxes. Um, so yeah, yeah. So yeah, you just got to be mindful of that. Those taxes will be there. Um, what I was going to say though, when you think about a growth strategy, how you doing, Tech Trends? Um, Tech Trends. You know what? Don't let me forget. I need what's your live schedule? I was in Rose's live yesterday. She was talking about the air fryer, so that's where I was at. So she mentioned your microphone. I wanna see your microphone. So I wanted to ask questions about it. So don't let me forget. If I forget to message you, if you don't mind well, let me see. Is your live schedule? No. When is your live schedule? It gets cut off for me. When is your live schedule? Because I want to come to your next live because I wanted to ask about your shoppable live because I wanted to ask about your microphone. So that's where I wanted to go with that. I had thought about getting a new microphone for myself. I have the the one. Where is it at? Is it really close by? I have the one that is not super great for day to day type stuff. It's great for outdoors. This one here. Um, Wednesday and Friday at 4:30. But I do pop ups. Oh Lord. All right, I'll find out. I have to go to your showcase. I'll have to go to your showcase and maybe I'll look and see what you have in your showcase. But that is something I wanted to think. That's Central Time. Okay, Central Time too. 4:30 is 5:30 my time. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'll look at your showcase. That's probably where I need to start. But I think I just want to make sure I got your insights too. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining the live. Oh, is that's one of the small ones, like attachable ones? Let me know if that's what you're saying. I'm assuming so. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I'll take a look at it. Let me. Actually, where's my pen and paper? I don't have it on me. I don't have it. No, I don't have it. I'll take a look. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look and see if I can remember that one. Um, Thank you all for joining the live. I appreciate you being here. We do have the treasure boxes. I was going to just hone in on what Phenomenal said a little bit more. When it comes to your growth strategy, both within and outside the app, I think the first thing I would tell you to do is set your goals, set your intentions. I think it's easy to see people who are growing quickly and who have a strategy for growth. But the question is their growth or is their approach the approach you want to take? Is their goals your goals? You know what I'm saying? So we can say, well, yeah, I want to be a live host, but you never gone live before. So you know what I'm saying? Or if you want to be a live host and you just want to be a live host in TikTok, what does that look like? How is Phenomenal getting more followers? She's Phenomenal would have to tell us. If I'm not mistaken, she was very focused on going to live streams and a lot of those engagement rooms. She also is highly involved in different battles. But I think she has like a short list. You just heard her say she goes to other rooms. So she's been visiting. So I think through that strategy, especially those um, um, A League creators that have a lot of engagement in their rooms, she's in there. Okay. I'm gonna say this about Phenomenal too. She's phenomenal, but she's a high level blue box also. So Phenomenal is high level blue box because she is engaging in that way as well. So just know that that's part of her strategy as well. So all of that is part of her engagement strategy in terms of what she does in the app, in terms of going to those different rooms. But also, she's a fly-in person too. I think I want to say Phenomenal is either level 30 or 31. She's pretty high up there. Yuji, how you doing, friend? Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, so she is high level blue box engager. Hello everyone, good morning. Yeah, so that makes a difference. Here's what it does, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. Um, you said I'm doing okay. Appreciate your friend. Um, it also will help you in terms of people gravitating to you, just because you're at that level, and people are like, oh, I want to connect with this person. I want to connect with this person. So you do get a level of exposure, and people are essentially looking at you as somebody who is a high engager. So that's important. So there we go, Magnico. How are you, friend? People see that and they're like, okay, I want to be a part of that team. I want to do what she's doing. I want to connect with her. So she's growing because of that as well. That's a big piece of it. And so, and again, I know, like you just heard her say, she's visiting different rooms. So she's visiting those rooms and she's seeing people's quick growth. The quick growth, like I said, the other thing about it, part of the quick growth is content. So you gotta have enough content out there. There are people, and here's the deal, there are people who have content that they're producing constantly. When I say they're producing 10 plus posts a day, they're doing that. That's their strategy. And I would say it's not a bad idea if you can fit that into your schedule. I would also say that they are probably not people who put a lot into those posts. So they're doing quick conversations, quick topics, maybe a couple trends, and so they're getting in and they understand the value and importance of posting. So it's a lot of that that's happening. And then what has happened also is that because of that, they now are becoming live hosts too. So they're doing their lives, they're battling a lot, and they're battling within kind of a team dynamic. And here's the other thing, and I'm gonna put this out there for the people in the room. That gift gallery. That gift gallery is a big piece of it too. Making sure you fill your gift gallery and you take a team approach to getting that gift gallery filled. So that's going to be a big piece too, because TikTok sees that as part of how you're performing on a consistent basis, on a weekly basis. And again, that is part of making sure TikTok knows that you are here, you have engagement, you have support, you have those title gifters, and so they're doing that in a more coordinated effort. So some of that's happening too. So there's some things out there, and not that I disagree with that. I think it's just a matter of just making sure if that's what you're trying to do and that's the goal, you just got to be willing to shift your live stream, your approach on the app to be the person who is doing the gift gallery, doing the battles, and your live is just that flow. Okay, I think I'm going to add battling at the least twice a month. Yeah, well, I agree with the battling. Um, I agree with the battling as a monetization strategy. It's not that I don't agree with it. I just disagree with it. Here's what I struggle with. I struggle with the approach that I just talked about. If that is for me, because I recognize what I would like to see. I just don't want to sit back and just do battles. That's a big piece of what happens with those rooms and their strategies. They're either going to be the grow room or they're going to be the battle room. And they have their when you're doing the battle room, then you're doing the team approach too, all the time. So I think that's what I struggle with because that's a lot of the elite people. They're very much at that level and they're doing a lot of the battling that way. Thank you all coming in. I appreciate you all joining live. Grow rooms aren't a good idea. Yeah, I think people forgot TT is watching. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm hearing people trying to vote. I am here. People trying to vote for me. Let me know. I don't think you can vote for me per se because I'm at. I think I think what we realize is that I think what we realize is that I'm at the global level because of fan club, and so that's not necessarily people voting for me. It's because the fan club. So the fan club is what's activated right now. So not me as an individual live host. So I think that's what's happening. Um, and you'll see where fan club. Let me show it to you all. It sounds good. Thank you so much, friend. Let's see. Something just popped up. Yeah, so this is the fan club requirements. They want the heart me's are worth 4 points right now because we're in the bonus time. And then the popular votes, those are the two things that's going on. Hello, friend. How are you? Struggling. You said struggling with the battle. Didn't want to have to do them. Yeah, Coach Rhonda. I understand. I understand. Yeah, I Good morning. How you doing, Jamie Lee? How are you, friend? I am similar. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things for this particular campaign. It was good to do it in a friendly battle way with low stakes, but I think for me it's not something I want to do all the time as well. Thank you all who are coming in the room. I appreciate you supporting and sharing the live, commenting, tapping the screen. We're gonna get some taps up as well. Appreciate you. I'm doing it with team members. Okay, you're doing it with team members, the battles. Is that what you're talking about, Eugene? Let me know. I think that's what you're talking about. Jamie Lee, how you doing, friend? How's everything going? How was everybody's 4th of July? Hopefully you guys had a great 4th. I was in these TikTok streets a lot. Oh, TikTok gave me a puzzle. You said my fan club members. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Your fan club members. Oh, okay. Um, what are you talking about? The community fest? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, the battles. You're talking about the battles. I was live for 6 hours yesterday. Oh my gosh. Why so long? what was that about? Was that community fest related? Also support each other during our lives. Yes. Yes. Um, well, no, that was Coach Miss Jessie. Coach Miss Jessie, well, you were referring to what? The fan clubs also support each other during our lives. Yeah, I think that is going to have to be part of the approach, making it more coordinated and team effort. What I will say though is 2.2 hours into. What I will say though is you said yes to treasure box. Okay, yes. You were doing the treasure box. Okay, you did open up your treasure box. 1.5 hours. What does that mean? Live yesterday. Oh wow. Okay. Um, yeah, I would agree with the coordination. I think there's just you said our request. Oh wait a minute. You request to come up? Hold on one second. Okay, hold on one second. Let me let you up. Let's see. Hello, friend. How are you?
Okay. So I told you I had been in the streets. I mean, I go in the streets every now and again, especially when you leave. Okay. Um, but each time I learn a lot of things. Okay. So the last time you left, I feel like I have like separation anxiety or something. The last time you left. But here's the thing, right? So I think there's a lot of different ways that you can grow, but some of it also has to do with, strategy within community. And what I have noticed, especially this time around, because the first time I was just kind of portion that goes to the room, and then we also know that there is still a portion that comes to us. So then I go back to, then you come back to my room and you do the same. You drop something for me. So it's kind of like you're keeping the money in the rotation of the community that you're connected to. And I kind of picked it up a little bit because of some of the rooms that I go to. A lot of them are, um, are connected and friends and things like that. So, not that they don't help out the little people, but the majority of the technique that they use, or even when they're talking, they're referencing the same people, and it's usually the same people that you will see the connection and the rotation of the alcohol and the community money, right?
Nika said it's called regifting. They're doing the regifting approach, I guess.
It is regifting. It is regifting, but
It's
it's
like within
that
a small little circle.
right.
Mhm.
It's like a technique. There is a technique because you will only hear certain people's names, and but I'm like, but in the room you got like so many big people that are mentioned. So now obviously everyone else who's in that room wants to be a part of be seen. So now they're striving to be seen. So that's making them throw extra gifts. And to me, some of those things that I don't subscribe to because my integrity says this, okay, it's beautiful if I can afford to really drop you that gift because I really can afford to drop you that gift and that you really spit in knowledge that I can really, take to my room or whatever or to my community and really implement. But it's a whole other thing where I'm just dropping it just so you can say my name, just so you can recognize it, just so I can be on the pen, just so I can get on the panel. And then next thing you know, when you finish dropping that amount of money, you still didn't get nowhere. Nobody called your name. Nobody put you on the panel. Nobody said anything to you. You still not acknowledged as somebody. Da 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 da. And then if you go to each of those rooms, you doing the same thing. Now you're broke because they're not coming to your room to read. You're not part of the recirculation of the money. So you are just going to these individual rooms because of their big names, and who they are, and I know who they are, but and I think a lot of us probably know who they are if you really out here in the TikTok street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, but there are some things that for me, integrity wise, um, I don't want anyone to come in my room to have to feel like they have to struggle to be seen, or to the point where you might even be using your rent money or your whatever money so you can be seen in my room so that I can acknowledge you because my name is a big content creator. Because then what happens after that? What happens after that when you get that recognition? You still go back to your room. Now you're like $300 in the hole, broke, but those people are not coming back to your room, and you're probably not going to get anything out of that, in that regard. So so one of the things that I think is, even if you use that same concept that they're using, is doing it on a different level, like how I had suggested, like just us, coming and support one another in regards, meaning like there should be none of us that's in a room with just us in that's it. But if there's a place that, hey, Jesse is live now, whoever can go there now to support her, go if you're available, or something like that, where even if they're coming in there for a few minutes so that you have somebody to actually talk to, they're sharing it, but they're not getting, I mean, they have a gift to drop, that's awesome, but they're really in there because they're going to try to help your room to get out to the FYP. They're going to be the ones that's commenting, they're going to be the ones that's, doing all of the things, and just to make sure that your room get out in front of new eyes, new people, but not to say, hey, come and drop me a line or whatever, and then I may ping you, I may call your name, I may put you on the panel, and I may come back to you. All of these may, and I'm like, we already passed the just in an integral environment, and you know, and we can still all level up together without feeling like I gotta curse you out or whatever. So one of the things that happened in one of the rooms I was in, so their concept was now they're doing the pin, they're pinning people on the panel, and then they're telling the people to go ahead and like hit the plus sign to follow them, and follow them. But in order to get to the panel, you had to give a gift. And that's why I don't understand how TikTok don't flag these things. But anyway, um, they have to give a gift, and they don't like hide it. They say it clearly. You gotta give your daily heartbeat, of course. You gotta give a gift, or you gotta subscribe, or something of that nature before they even do it. And then the requirement was that they're going to do a battle. They're going to do two battles, within a time of being live each time. So then they go after they do the panel, they do the battle with whoever it is. While you end up in the room and you part of the person gifting so that they can win, because yeah, you want the people who that you're in to win. So now you end up being part of two battles, and you also just paid to get on the panel, and you're still gifting again to be seen or whatever. And I thought about the concept. I said, well, the concept is not bad. It's just that, the battles were still battles that was like on a high level. So these people weren't dropping hearts. They weren't dropping finger hearts and things. These people were dropping. Everybody seen no donuts, okay? Donut what? Anybody eating that? They're doing bigger things, okay? These mugs are eating the dinosaurs. They're out here, they're dropping lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, okay? So now you in this room, in order for you to participate, because you want your person to win. Now you will be charging so that you can compete, to support them. Now you're done. You leave the room. To me, you leave the room empty, but they got money in their pocket. Okay.
Was this a box battle? I guess Jamie Lee asked that question, just trying to clarify what you were seeing.
Well, no, these were solo battles.
Oh, these were solos.
These
Okay.
were solo battles, but the concept was in the room. The breakdown was that as they come in the room, they have a way to get the room going. You know how you first start. Get the people in the room, blah 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 blah, blah. And then they get the people, to get the people on the panel. You had to give your daily heartbeat, and you had to give a gift.
And when you say panel, people on the panel were people who were gonna come up and do the solo battle.
No, you know how when we do the subscriber only,
Yeah.
and have like the panel, the people on the panel on the side,
Yeah.
like so people might want to ask questions, they might want to talk. This wasn't a back battle; they were just on the panel.
Okay, and then at some point it became a solo battle with two individuals.
Right, but before that, what happens to the people on the panel? In order to get there on that side, you had to, like, if you just came in the room, they're gonna tell you like, oh, hey, if you want to get to the panel, because you see the people on the panel, you're like, well, what they doing?
Oh, gotcha. So that was the beginning, and then at some point after you had that multi-guest feature in the panel, then it
Yeah.
went into a battle.
Yeah, so the last person, so they give like each person on the panel like, like I guess it's like 60 minutes, 60 seconds or whatever. But for you to get on that panel, you have to give, and the panel keep rotating based on the people that are coming in the room and inviting to the room. So then by the time the last person, they will tell you, okay, there'll be no more panels after this. This person is the last person. Then the panel is now empty because they tell you that the solo battle happens, they do two. So the first solo battle is with somebody they know. Okay. Oh hey, they're talking trash like blah, blah, all this mess, right? Okay. Now whoever win, they win. Boom. Now after that, go back to the panel approach. Okay. And then they do the solo battle again. So it's like twice per lot with the solo battle. But the concept that was making the people obviously get was that panel because they wanted to get on the panel. Because on the panel, you get to be seen. Every time you come in the room, you're gonna see somebody on the panel. You're like, oh, okay, I see Dr. Lisa on the panel. And then they say, hey, you gotta check, follow she hit the check mark to follow her. Follow Coach Miss Jessie. Make sure you hit the da 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 da, and then they read your bio and say, "Oh, it's like similar to the grow room, but different concept because you're on the panel. You're not just in the comments or you're not just getting pinned. But you actually are on the panel. The people see you. And then after that, they go into the solo battle. And obviously, because you were on the panel, you get excited because they called your name. You got excited because people saw you. There was a maximum of, like, I think they had to get at least 10 to 20 check marks while they are on the panel.
Yeah.
So,
Let me say something. I would probably encourage you to go look how things are operating after Community Fest. Only because during Community Fest there was a lot more creative. I'm gonna use that word, loosely. Creative ways of getting people to engage in the fest process.
they weren't doing it.
Well, what do you mean?
They weren't doing Community Fest. They
Oh,
didn't participate. A lot of them did not participate. If that's like what we've been doing, a
yeah.
lot of them didn't do it. They didn't participate.
I will say this. I know a lot of them were participating. They weren't doing the treasure box because they didn't have to.
Well, yeah,
Because I was in a couple rooms and it was like, okay, community. They at least maybe they were using Community Fest as a terminology and name, but they were not. To your point, they were not doing the treasure box, but they were actually speaking the Community Fest lingo.
yeah, and a lot of them honestly didn't really need to do it.
That's what I was thinking. They don't have to do it.
They don't have to do
Well, not that they don't have to do it. They actually were doing it to be part of the rankings. What I'm saying is that they didn't need to do the treasure box because
it.
people were bringing votes to them anyway.
Yeah, that's probably true. They didn't have to do the 4 or 5 battles and then put the little boxes up for people to come in the room because a lot of these rooms are already full of people anyway on a
Exactly.
regular
Because
day.
I know I went to literally an A1 creator when I was in Italy, and she kept mentioning Community Fest, Community Fest. Oh, I have to do this to do Community Fest, but she didn't have no treasure box. She didn't have any of that. She didn't have to do none of that. But her room was rooming. It was because she was at that level. But she was naming the fest as part of her, if nothing else, it was part of her strategy to get people to participate.
Yes, because the gifts were still
Mm-hmm.
being given the community fest gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And you can
were
see them ranked. When I went back to see when I realized I wasn't at global, but then I went back to do the ranking, you could see where people were ranked at. And so many of those big creators were like in the top 20.
Yeah, so and the other thing I saw too, so one of them said like if you want to see how much people are making within a live, you could hit their the league like that.
They found a
So
workaround.
the workaround is, guys, I'm about to say it too. Like, y'all, listen. Oh, if you want to see how much that you are making a difference in this room and how you are changing lives, Lord, and you are really supporting your favorite people, you can always look to see up there, like, how much you are helping as a community.
Right, right.
We are a community, and your support, everything, the tap. So the concept is the same. It's just like you're not doing that, and you're not, but you still presenting it in a way that the people in the room feel like they are a part of your success, which is great. But what they're not understanding, that when they leave your room, that success didn't go with your food, okay? You left it in the room, because guess what? And which is great, because like you are our homeroom, right? And yeah, we don't mind supporting you. We don't mind hanging out in this room, and you're being here and staying amongst ourselves and going here and going there to help one another. But if you were sitting here saying, guys, look, if you really want to help Dr. Lisa, all you have to do is look to see, because we are a community and we're here together. And, and then we start calling out your name. I see you, Nika. I see you.
Nika just joined.
Nika, I see you. I see you. Oh, wonderful healing. We have not been to your room, but I know you are a great host. You don't
Right.
even know us. But it's a way, because especially if you already gave a big gift,
Right.
now I'm gonna be calling your name. Now what happens to the person? Like, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe so and so said my name. So yes, and I would not leave this room without them, because the same way
Well,
that you are.
that's the whole concept with the whole terminology of fan club that I struggle with, because at the end of the day it does create this fandom culture that you have for that live host, and I don't know if I agree with that. I think it should not feel that way. If people are doing it, they should be doing it from the kindness of their heart. Here's the other thing I struggle with. So when I said earlier, setting my goal for TikTok, what do I want to gain from TikTok? I For the same things you're saying, that approach, that way of engaging in this app and monetizing has always been, it's not aligned with how I want to do things. It's an integrity piece. It's an element that I struggle with, because I get the strategy. I understand what people are doing. I just don't agree with that for my own approach. So when I talked about this app and engaging, I really thought about it from, again, how do you come up with your brand concept? How do you connect with your audience? How do you offer value and solutions for them? Not in a way that you are saying, well, pick me and gift me and do all this stuff, but it's really about, okay, here's something I can offer you. And if that person sees that as value to them, they will get it. And so that's always where I've been, and I tried to kind of stay in that lane. And I get, there is some gamification here, that you got to play the game a little bit too. If you are going to be able to grow your room, if you're going to be able to get new eyes on your room, and build new connections. So I get that. And for me, I want to strike that balance, because I don't want to go straight to that other side, because that other side is not me. Again, that's not authentically who I want to be on this app. And that's not how I see my my true value and worth. I think there needs to be something else that I'm offering people, that's not just about, oh, well, send me a lion or send me the TikTok universe. That's not what I'm trying to do either. Because ultimately TikTok get their money. So TikTok is okay with some of that to a certain extent, because it's how they
Right.
get paid too. So yeah.
Right. That's why they don't strike those rooms. I'm like, well, I know for
Mm-hmm.
sure that if I say that in my room, they be like, no, get out of here. We're gonna shut you down for a week. But you do see different things that happen in these rooms, because these individuals are obviously they part of the A League, and they're supporting and they're gonna drop it to make sure that does not happen. And so this helps them to stay on the top. And I've seen it because it has happened, like literally in a room. Like it came in and like I don't know if they got like a textbook. I don't know, but but somebody comes in.
Hi, Dawn. Wait 1 second, Dawn. I hit invite by accident, but welcome to the chat.
You can take me down. I'm okay.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning. All right. Letting you down.
She's like, what did I just walk in?
She said an invite. I'm gonna accept. I was like, oh, I said, oops. I'm sitting up here, I'm scrolling because the chat is so much smaller. So I'm trying to respond as to comments too, and I'm scrolling, but it's like really tiny fingers, and my fat fingers hit invite.
Yeah, I know. But we can say, I feel like a lot of people are lonely and are just want to connect with people and you see. And that's honestly that's some of the things that I struggle with because there are people who are using this app as a way of, the word community. They're meeting people that are probably treating them nicer and better to them as their own family. And some of them tells you that. My only issue is that, when it comes to integrity and to see the amount of money that people are spending and then they're still going back with nothing, and nothing is guaranteed to them. They only felt temporarily seen or celebrated because you put them on a pen for that moment, and that's it. And then I feel like they did it. Not that they didn't do it. I mean, some people may really have it that they did it, but a lot of times we also know that, especially the little creators, they just want to be seen and supported so that this can make them and help them grow. But then if you don't come back to support them or give them anything thereafter, it's like that's what my struggle is. So what are you gonna give to that person? Like how are you gonna help that person grow? How are you going to make sure that you invest in them as well as they just invested in that moment of you putting them in the pen? So
there's a lot of opportunists on here, and like I said, when I was in the first couple of days of doing Community Fest, I went to a live room that I was supporting one of you all, one of the supporters that was in the room, and I thought they were in a box battle. They weren't. It was essentially they was on a panel, and that person was definitely an opportunist, definitely looking out for themselves. Not the person from the room, but the person's room they were in, the host. And essentially they were looking out for themselves, and ultimately they were probably doing a little bit of, when you think about like a surveillance and trying to evaluate who else knew they could bring along to make sure that they were bringing them into their team and growing their community. So a lot of that's happening, and you just got to be careful with the people who are out here, because there's so many people that are really on this app for their own gain. Okay, and so not to say that you can't have a business strategy and think about ways you want to grow your business, but again, if you're doing it in an ethical way where you're saying, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta charge my phone, doing it in an ethical way where people are hopefully learning, growing, and you're adding some value. I think, to me, that's where I kind of try to create a line in the sand about how I want to operate. And again, I keep saying you got to do something. You got to play the game a little bit. And playing the game means that you're right. There is some things that TikTok is going to do to make sure that your page or your account is more visible than not. By making sure you hit some of those milestones, doing some of their campaigns, the gift gallery, those type of things. And so for that, I think it's important to maybe have a more of a coordinated effort. If you're going to have a community that says, okay, the gift gallery, we need to think about this and be strategic about how we support each other. Or if we're going to do friendly battles and do some battles here and there, again, to bring more eyes on the room and make sure you're having a little bit more engagement in your room. So those things I get. Doing some of the campaigns that TikTok has on occasion. Community Fest is a big one. Live Fest is a big one. There's some others that they offer here and there as well. But again, it can't be how you always are. You're only relying on those type of methods. I think that's what I struggle with. And those are people who do that day in, day out.
Right. And yes, exactly. And then they don't offer anything or, to the individuals. And because I always feel like, well, what is that person walking away with after they have been in your room? Like, what's the trade off? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's been because we all want to be successful, and to some extent, some people are want to be successful, but they also want to be, they want to find community, they want to find a sense of belonging, they want to
That's
find
true.
their people,
Yeah, that's true.
so and I've seen one of these newest, she actually just like really like in April she came on the app, and she already like, I mean, like she was invited to go to the headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
So and she's a young girl. So I was in her room, and I liked her concept, the way she was doing it. And one of the things that I saw that she did, she kind of like, had like the battle, the group battle settled, like with the boxes, but she brought up all of her subscribers, and it just kind of like, you know it just was like asking questions, but it but she did not do subscriber only. What she did was she had subscribers come on the panel, but she didn't do subscriber only live. So when you were on the panel, that you were able to ask anything at that time. So then, as people came in the room and they're like, "I want to come on the panel," so then the strategy was, okay, just
You gotta become a subscriber if you want the panel.
offer, but she rotated them. Like she rotated them, so like the first group, each group get like 5 minutes, so they get to ask their questions, da 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 da, and then that group goes down, and then she'll bring another group up.
Yeah.
So I like the concept because I didn't have to be a subscriber, but I was able to, be in the room and just listen and watch how she was doing it, and also the information that she was giving out. It worked out for her subscribers, but it also worked out for people that was just in the room, that was not a subscriber. But because of the way she was doing it, people were just becoming subscribers without her having to say like
Right.
anything. Like, you can't get up here because if you want to get up here, and you must get.
It's all the benefit. Yeah.
So then they just naturally was becoming, you saw the subscription thing going across the room,
Gotcha.
and things like that. So I like that. I was like, well, that's different. That was a different approach, and she's a really cute little girl. She's not a little girl, but her name's Karen.
Let me
Um,
see. Check.
Monetization.
Come on. You can't come on here. No, you're trying to tell my live something. Go.
I'm not down here live something.
Okay, what do you want to say? Hurry up.
Um, I saw a bug.
You saw a bug
It was
outside?
scary.
Really?
No, I was inside. In my
Where?
playroom.
Oh, did you tell Daddy? Okay, go tell Daddy, please. And find your sock. Thank you.
right.
Oh
But
no.
we appreciate it.
Right.
You wanted to tell somebody.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think there's just different. There's a lot of different strategy that can be used. It just have to be one that's integral and one that I know that I can still, feel like, what everybody want, both sides of the party want. That's my suggestion. That's why I say for us as a group, this is our homeroom, and
Right, right. I love it. Bonus, I saw when you did you want to come up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing. I've been just listening. First of all, I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to big rooms and stuff like that because I purposely do not go to them because that's not part of. I mean, I want to make money on this app, but I really am concerned about quality. And the people that are in those rooms are not necessarily interested in wellness and what it is I'm talking about. They might follow me and everything else, but they'll never come to the room. So I don't. I just some things that you experience. I'm like, wow, really? I haven't been into those rooms because this is not part of my strategy. Well, one time, and Lisa, you and I talked about this, and I went to one of those rooms, young lady. I just didn't like her energy because it was very confrontation oriented and not nice at all. And why are people giving all this money to her? And she's just not a. She might be a nice person, but she's a process a nice person. I don't have anything to do with that. So for me, on TikTok, it's an energetic thing. And I have been steadily growing and steadily increasing my money every week. And I was gone for about 8 or 9 days because I was sick. Okay, so I was like, ah. But I'm making up for it now. But I think it comes with everything because I am a holistic person and I understand how energy works. What you put out there, you definitely get back. It may not come from the direction that you think it's going to come from, but it absolutely does come. And I kind of subscribe to the, nice and easy does, consistency, good quality content, leading with, as you were saying, was just integrity. And for me, since I don't do more rooms, I do learn rooms, always making sure I have quality content. I just have to send my subscribers the kind of topics I'm going to be covering over the next 15 days. That kind of stuff. And I know it's not expected and not everybody does that, but that's what I'm leading with. And I find that when I lead with that, I get quality engagers back who are willing to give me and share out or whatever it is because of the effort that I put into it. And then when I go to other people's rooms, I do the same thing. I never go to a room and just sit. I have a budget and I stick to that budget. And when the budget's gone, the budget's gone. I do so much a week and that's it. But I kind of
Mommy, Daddy didn't
so that I'm
listen.
not, wasting
You cannot
money on
interrupt me anymore.
rooms
Now.
that I don't care about being recognized. I care about putting positive energy out to support rooms that I like, to support lives that I like, or rooms, lives that I like. That's what I do. And maybe those people come back, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll acknowledge me verbally, maybe they won't. But most of the rooms that I go to, that I'm attracted to, they're people who want to help others. They're giving, and I go to the same rooms all the time. I very rarely go outside my comfort zone, always with the idea that there may be only maybe 3 or 4 more new people that are in there, but that's okay. I'm not trying to get 1,000 followers in one room. That's not my goal. That's not, I don't think those things are real anyway. They're not real in terms of them actually coming back and participating in your life. So I just wanted to say that. I just think so much of it is energetic, but what you put out there, you'll get back.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what you said is right. It's just that there's a lot of people that just want to be a part of a thriving room, I think, because it's not that that they have to be in there. Because you're right, some of them is like talking to them like, first of all, like their kids or talking to them and using terminology that I'm like, Lord, I have not used those words in years, but they use them literally on the live, and it's like you talking to these people with these negative words, and yet for some strange reason I'm looking at them and yes, I'm like, what did I just did you? Did I talk to you? But it's like the part of a famous or fan, like the fan, like, oh, I'm a fan of this person, like, oh my God, and I hate to say it, but that's kind of like almost like a cult mentality. You're wanting to be in a room where you're going to be, subconsciously abused or talked bad or challenged, or and you want to get the attention of the person to get their approval. So next thing you know, you're spending what you say your rent money or whatever, which to me is like incredible. I can't imagine anybody wanting to do that. But that just kind of shows you we live in a very approval-oriented, outer-directed, approval-oriented society, and that has come from the whole social media thing. You have to be careful just not to get into that trap. I came to TikTok to teach and to learn and to develop another income stream. It is not my only one. I have 8 income streams, and this is one of them. That's, you know, and I think as long as you keep it in that perspective, you won't get as frustrated or as angry about some of the other stuff that's there. Just don't go there. Don't go in those rooms.
And it honestly, and again, it kind of goes back to, you know, when I say kind of stay in your lane. When you comparing yourself to other people or other rooms or how they're growing or what they're doing, you know, I struggle with that, and that's why I don't venture out as much. I venture out to your rooms and people in this community and seeing how you guys are doing. But at the same time, I don't try to venture out too much because again, I say it all the time. Comparison is the thief of all joy. You are comparing yourself to what they're doing, and and don't get me wrong, there's good tips and strategies you can pick up here and there. I'm not saying that you can't, but at the same time, if you're trying to replicate what they're doing or trying to have that level of growth, you got to evaluate what you have to offer and what you're going to be bringing to this conversation to the table. And so for me, it's all about making sure if you're thinking about your topic, your, you know, expertise, like how do you bring that, how do you hone that here and build a community that is interested in that particular topic, as opposed to people who are just interested in anybody and how they, you know, their antics and stuff, and they want to come there just to be entertained or whatever. That's a different person. That's not the person for you. So just kind of know your audience.
Yeah, that's why I ended a lot of my subscriptions because at first, you know, I had done it because I had been in that room for a the beginning, and then I was like, wait, that's not a subscription here. And so I went down the line and delete, and they right, but dang, my little money went down. But I unsubscribe, I'm not doing that. But yeah, again, there's a lot of things that I used to do and I just was like, I'm not going. And so this time again, because I was scrolling around, you know, I like Dr. Lisa for leaving, and that's why I stroll the hallways. But yes, you know, but I just waited to see like, okay, let's see what everybody up to, you know, because I haven't been these so long, you know, and then I was like, oh wait, you know, because sometimes you might forget to have a subscription, and then I hit the comment, I saw I still had a subscription, I said, oh wait, no, I gotta end this. So, you know, so yeah, but it's just concept you see out there when you do venture out and see what the other people are up to, just to see, and you realize like, yeah, that's not what I want to subscribe to.
We having a party line real quick. People so genuinely asked to be invited to. How you doing, friend?
Good, good. So, hi guys, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Good. Coach Miss Jessie, you sound as frustrated as I was a month ago. Yeah, I found that first of all, I know a lot of you guys don't like battling. I have found it very helpful to do interagency like friendly battles where you talk it out. Or also, I have a few friends that I've met on TikTok, and you know they'll always buzz in like Miami Bill when he needs. I mean, he goes on these crazy streaks like 100, and he's got really big hitters. I don't have, but a lot of his people come and support me during my battles, and they're big hitters. So, Dr. Lisa, like when I was with you, one of the girls in there that was like basically doing all the gifts, she was from his room.
I said you had some heavy hitters that come through your live. I knew that when we battled. I was like, okay, guys, let's get ready.
All those are from like genuinely going into people's room and not necessarily putting down money, but interacting. So commenting, you know, doing the small gifts. You know, I'm not gonna throw down a lion or you know, a big bird, but yeah. But that I think I found that has been very helpful for me. And this community fest, like yesterday, once I opened the treasure box, Dr. Lisa, I told you if I open the treasure box, they will come.
Yes.
They came. I got like 51 new followers. I mean, I was on there for 6 hours, but that's significant for me. And it, you know, they were people that were interacting, and they did come back. So we'll see if that's something that is lasting. But
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, there is, like I said, some gameplay that needs to happen too if you really want to see a level of growth in your room.
Yeah.
And so, over time, that's going to be important whether you're engaging through content engagement and other people's content, producing content, and then coming live. But ultimately, you may have to do some of these campaigns too.
Yeah.
Or, like I said, the gift gallery. That's another thing that people are really honing into. That
Yeah.
offering a little bit more visibility in TikTok will, reward you essentially by making sure your room has a lot of people coming in and coming through your room. So just kind of keep those things in mind. Coach Miss Jessie, I hear your point and just adding a little bit more strategy. We'll do, I mean, obviously we don't have to do it here, but we'll do a conversation on the 13th, Sunday the 13th, if you don't mind coming to that. Maybe we could spend a little bit more time just kind of being a little bit more strategic and talking through it as opposed to being in these TikTok streets talking about it.
Well,
So,
yeah, I like to bring back what I see. And I like to just bring, because I know some of us may not see those things.
yeah.
And plus, I do have conversations with a few of the people. So, not just in the room per se, but just side conversations in regards to some of the things that goes on. And yeah, like it's not a frustration kind of thing, except the fact that I don't like to see people to be taken advantage of, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like so me being in confidence and trauma coach, some of the times I see that people are doing things for certain reasons. So like I kind of want to pull their coats up, like, hey, listen, you do not have to do these kind of things just to belong. So I think that's one of the things that um when I enter a room, automatically, I'm on high alert. And for those people, and then I'll go and see and what their room is all about, and then I go see, and I'm like, poor thing, they just want to be seen, they just want to be a part of the community. They're just trying to find, they need help with their own confidence and things like that. They're struggling with more than just a moment on the pen. They
Mm-hmm.
need more of an internal healing and internal recognizing of who they are is enough. So that's what enters the room sometimes when I'm in an environment, So that frustrates me because I feel like, these people are taking advantage of, but they're not even in a way of like even recognizing me because they're so busy trying to be seen and belong, So they'll give their rent money just for that and then they could be mentioned and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, friend. Well, thank you for sharing. I mean, this is a good conversation. It was definitely a necessary conversation because I know there's a lot out there. So there's definitely a lot out there, and we just have to kind of make sure that if we're trying to grow, and I say the collectively, if we're trying to grow our community, and obviously we're all here for business purposes too, then we want to make sure that we're bringing the right people in the room. And we are, to a certain extent, doing some of the things that will help the algorithm share us out more and do all the things that needs to happen from a TikTok perspective too.
Yeah, and you're gonna be an agent, so
We gonna put that on the universe. I'm still waiting. Still waiting to hear back. There's a session that's happening this upcoming week. I guess I'm gonna sign up and just say, hey guys, I submitted already, but I don't know. I haven't gotten a response from. I'm a little disillusioned by the process already, but I haven't gotten a response back, and it's been a good 2 solid weeks. So I'm gonna be patient about it though.
that's right. Also, it is a holiday.
It's a
Holiday, so that might be. Yeah, I mean, what's going on? You know how some holidays, one week leading into the holiday and then one week after the holiday, so it's like almost 3 weeks. Yeah,
Before you hear something.
nothing. Like everybody in Miami is taking a full 10 days off of work. Right. Remember, they also had corporate trip. I could have waited a whole other week to come back after being sick.
Yeah.
I come back and everything is down. But I was reading something the other day. For some reason, I'm getting this lady's stuff in my feed. It's always interesting how the algorithm works. I'm like, why am I getting this? But okay, maybe the creator wanted me to see it. But she because of the season. But they keep posting anyway because you'll see overall your views go up, even though your individual videos aren't, high. Maybe you're not even breaking 300, but we can look at your overall views. They are going up. And I said, is that true? So I tried it, and she was absolutely right. My overall views went up from like 3,000% or something. Now, of course, that's taking consideration that I wasn't doing much when I was sick. But when I took a look at the 28 and the 60 day, it made a huge difference. So I just wanted to encourage everybody that, people have kind of like maybe checked out a little bit or whatever, but, keep posting. Don't give up on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I was going to tell you, speaking of posting, sorry, and then I'll be really quick, but I got a notice from TikTok. It'll give you a notice saying because it says something like, your video is going viral or it's getting a lot of attention, it's a good time to go live.
Yes.
So that darn video now has over 100,000 people have watched it.
Oh, really?
It hit over 100K this weekend.
And so what happened? So you went live when you got that notification? Are you saying that happened?
I went like an hour after, but it went, because I got like 10,000 views. It was like no, it was more than that. I was at like 85,000 views. And then again, it just picked up. And this is something I posted in, I don't know, April or May, I think. And maybe April. And it's just taken off again. It's the worst video in the world, too.
Is that the one you were talking about some months ago?
The guy with the face that had 37 plastic surgeries so that he could get his girlfriend again as a restraining order on him.
Out of nowhere, people are like, let me watch this.
It's over 100,000 views. Like,
Well, so one thing I will tell you, so yeah, TikTok sends that notification. Another thing, and this is for the collective in the room, and especially the three of you, because you guys are actively doing content, you're engaging in lives, you're being intentional about your follower growth. If you get to 10,000 followers, make sure you immediately create playlists for your videos. That playlist concept, I just did it like 2 weeks ago, and essentially it's my videos, old videos, way deep into my list of videos are getting seen and people are commenting off of it.
You can
So
only create a playlist after 2,000?
yeah, I think you get that feature at 10,000. I'm almost sure you do. But yeah, so just keep that in mind the second you get it, because I waited. I waited a long time. But the second you get it, do a playlist. Do a couple different playlists. So that also will help. Because people will go to your page, and if they see a video, they'll click your playlist, they'll binge watch. All that's happening. So I'm getting comments all the time. So I'm getting more views, to your point, Linus. I'm getting more views on my content. Maybe not an individual post as much. I had a couple of posts that did okay, but maybe not individual posts, but people are looking at my content as a whole now.
Wow, well, I still have a long way to go. I'm only at 4,000.
Oh, then you close. You close, friend. You can have that. You can have that easily by the end of August. I'm just gonna say that out loud.
Oh, we're just supporting that right now.
Right.
Well, that's good though. I mean, that's good. Genuinely, that whole video is. Because you've been talking about that video.
oh, it haunts me. It's like the worst. I mean, it's just the content makes me ill to my stomach. But I'm thinking about now doing a series, like part 1 through 4.
Hey.
Not a bad idea.
Because, why not? It seems like that's what people want to hear about is some crazy person that gets a lot of surgery so he can date his ex-girlfriend who has a restraining order. But,
Oh, I said the invite by accident. Didn't mean to say that. What I will say though, you should do that, and in your next couple of videos, put a call to action for people to follow you. Because why haven't you gotten more followers from that?
you know what? So that's the frustrating part. Like, there are a few viral videos that I have, and that one is by far the most popular. It's 50-50 on whether that's even a real thing. I think it's pretty much made up, but ChatGPT doesn't know even, so nobody knows. But I don't know. I mean, this community fest just got me to like 1,600 followers. But it's
Okay. Okay.
And I don't like that because I feel like it's lazy. But you know what? If it's gonna get 600 views, and I don't have to do anything, why not?
Right.
Yeah. So
you see what they want. They want that. They want that video.
They do.
They content. They
Yeah.
want that.
And at the end of it, you need to say, "Follow me if you want more."
Work off of that. That's they're telling you what they want. They want that.
how many times do you find something, and maybe that's the reason why it's just so unbelievable, it's just so, like, who would do that? But there are legitimately people that are that a little bit disturbed upstairs. But, yeah, I don't know that that's the content I want to be known for. It's like Vanilla Ice, and I say that because he was just performing here. He's known for that one song, and he absolutely hates it. I don't want to be Vanilla Ice. I do not want to be the Vanilla Ice.
It's so funny because everybody knows it too. Like, yeah, ice, baby. But no, they believe because he did do other things.
Did he?
Because most people just remember the Ice Ice.
Nobody cares about that. He was going houses, demolishing them, and then building them up.
I forgot about that.
That's where he was. He did. Those are good deeds, but nobody cares about the ice.
That's right. That's what you remember is the Ice Ice. We're going to be remembering me as, the girl with the man with the plastic surgery.
Somebody said he was in a movie. What movie? He never said he was in a movie.
No, that's not what I'm going for.
They won't remember you for your other things. Like, she reviewed movies. That's it.
Nobody's going to remember that.
So to your point though, I'm just saying if they're binge watching your video like that, you need to convert them into some followers if that's the case.
Oh, yeah, because I was watching and it's something like, I don't know, 50 hours of playtime. I'm like, what?
Wow.
I'm gonna go look at it now.
Oh, yeah, it's pinned first one. It's pinned. You can't miss it. Oh my gosh.
Well, do at least one or two more. Do a series. Do a call to action and see what it brings you. I mean, you can't. It couldn't hurt.
Have to because, gosh, I'm gonna be the Ice Ice baby of the TikTok.
Hey, do a video with that playing. Use the sound.
Yeah, I tried. I'm like, maybe it's the sound. So I used the sound for other videos. It was not the sound. It's
Oh,
purely the content.
wow. Well, you had another video that did well, and to your point, I think they're all in a similar vein, where it's like these conspiracy kind of, um, you know, true lives type bizarre
That
stories.
one was about the girl who got pulled over. It's like the queen of TikTok's mugshot.
Right.
She's got like the most beautiful, not once, but like twice. She got arrested like twice in like a month period of time for stupid stuff. And she's like gorgeous and she's got like the most perfect mugshot. She's smiling at each one of them and you're just like, what?
Yeah, do a couple like that. I mean, couldn't hurt.
All right, I'm gonna try some.
I think that's what's working for you.
That's not what I want, but yeah, that's not what I want to do, but it is working. So I guess that's the thing. You gotta a little mixy mix, I guess.
Exactly. All right, friends. Well, let me know. We'll talk. Like I said, we'll do Sunday the 13th on Zoom. We'll make that a date. I'm gonna put that out there on the calendar, and maybe we can use that time to strategize a little bit more about a coordinated effort. I think that's my takeaway from you, Coach Jesse. You said what now?
In the evening, right? What time?
Yeah, 6:30. Sunday 6:30. Is it this Sunday coming out? Where are we at? Next Sunday. Yeah, not tomorrow, but the following Sunday. Yeah. So we'll do that, and we can just kind of make that a little bit more of a coordinated conversation, because I think that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I think we all, like, we obviously here, we are a community, right?
Exactly. And be careful about them streets y'all go to. I'm just saying, just be careful.
You know, Coach Miss Jessie, I don't know, like you're doing that late night TikTok. Is that what's going on? I was no, I don't even know late night. No, I told you I blame Dr. Lisa because listen, so every time I find myself strolling around, and the truth is, I don't usually stroll around like usually, but when Dr. Lisa leaves, let me see what's going on over there. And so next thing you know, I kind of like stroll around in different places, and I just kind of and I do go back to like some of the rooms that I originally went to and see what they're up to. But yeah, it's not places that I normally would even go. But I had that like extra time, and I guess I didn't use it all the way wisely. But I did because it helped me to remember I subscribe in places that I don't even subscribe to. So that it did do a good service for me in that regard. And plus, I like to see what people are doing just to make sure I see what's out here and just to know what's really going on. You know, so and then I bring back the information. Yeah, that's all.
So you said it's more like recon. That's all it is. It's recon.
It sounds like you don't need to go nowhere. Okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna jump off.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wait, how do you jump off?
Hold on, I'm gonna disconnect you.
Yeah, I was going to jump out and I'm looking. How do I do that?
Let me disconnect. Coach Possessor, I'll disconnect you as well. Appreciate you, friend. All right. You said, Mr. Early, you said, how do I have all these votes and can't use them? Do you really, friend? Yeah, I don't think you can use them in here. I don't think, not in here. Okay. Somebody said they were able to use them, but I don't think that's true. So just know they are able to be used in other rooms. If you go to other rooms. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the conversation. We need to do that more often when we have a powwow anywhere. I don't know. I think you have to use them in a live host room that is the big rooms. Yep. Any of the big rooms. Anyone that made it to the region to the global level. If you look at the rankings, like if you click the community fest up here and look at the information that pops up for the first set for the room that you're in, my room, you can scroll down and see the rankings. And if there's anybody at the global level, you can change between the different types of levels. There's epic, there's super, and there's rising. This is global level for individuals. I don't think this is for what you would call the fan club right now. So these are individuals that are in the global level. And so that's how you would use it. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate you all joining the live. Thank you so much for the support. You said it was great. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all so great. Appreciate all that's coming in. Hello, Ronaldo. How are you, friend? Thank you all for supporting the live. So we'll talk. We'll talk next week on Sunday at 6:30. I'll send out a Zoom invite for everybody, and I'll post it in the chat as well. I'll email it. Good day. Try to pop up live on the weekend. I freaking dislike weekends. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Leadership, you're so funny. You said you don't like the weekends. Actually, the weekends for me are typically a little bit more engagement. It just depends on where people are at. This is a holiday weekend. You guys reminded me that of my comment earlier, but essentially this is a holiday weekend, so you may not see as many people in the TikTok streets because they're on the regular streets and they're visiting and doing other things. So it may not be the same level of engagement if it's because of this weekend. But the weekends typically do well by me, and just in terms of people engaging. No, I can't get folks to come on my room. It's less engagement. Really? Yes, I was just listening to videos in my bundle this morning. Were you really free? Yay, but I have tried weekends before. Yeah, really is. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Could be time of day too. Are you doing morning versus evening? Evenings you might see a little bit more traffic as well, so it could be the mornings versus the evenings. Thank you all who are here. We'll probably I'm gonna end probably around 12:30, just so I can post some content. I'm gonna get some content created. I did something this morning. I call myself, I gotta do something on my shop page as well. But I call myself trying to be a little bit more in a rhythm with my content creation. So I'm gonna try to do better. But and we'll see if I could ever get to the point where I'm doing like 3, 4, 5, 10 videos a day. I don't think I'll ever get to that point, but you never know. So I'm gonna try my best to get a little bit more content created. Yes, and then are you Miss Darling, you missed meeting with Yes Michelle Crochets today too. So let me know if you're meeting with her. Hopefully all is well there for you. Be careful late nights. I know. Did this morning evenings tend to be folks who want entertainment. I have learned teaching lives. Yes. Yeah. You know, so here's something else I need to do, and I'm going to say this out loud because I know I need to do this. I would say get in a rhythm of trying to do engagement with rooms, whether it's live rooms or even content that has your target audience. You can't underestimate just being able to be in those spaces, and not that you're soliciting people to come to your room, but you're really just connecting and engaging with those folks so that they see your bio, you're in the chat, you're active, you're doing the things to kind of ideally get put up there or get noticed. People are clicking and watching you, and then in turn you're going to promote your live sessions and make sure people are knowing when you go live. The other thing you want to do is, like I said, produce content, because when you go live, that red circle is around your content. So as people are engaging with your content, they may come to your live. So there's a whole strategy behind that. It just requires you to be actively doing that engagement as much as you are, spending time and allocating time towards your content creation and your live stream. You said you're so tired of being limited to my shoppable videos till 5K. Okay, leadership. I'm gonna ask another question. I make them entertaining, but gosh, gee. I'm gonna ask another question. Have you had any sales? Let me say this out loud. So, what I found out is that TikTok will potentially give you unlimited access to sales. You need 3. So TikTok will give you unlimited access if you have 3 or more sales. So, did you have those sales recently? So here's a quick tip. A sale is a sale is a sale. So, but when we can only have 5 videos a week, I get drowned by other TS. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. 2 sales that you've had, and how long were the sales? Let me know how long the sales were. Here's what you want to do. Try this method. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to work 100%, but we're going to try it anyway, so try it. So, here's what I want you to do. A sale is a sale is a sale. Yes, in the past week. Okay, here's what you're going to do. Because I was hoping you didn't say like 6 months ago. Okay, so in the last week. Oh, that's how I got unlimited access, because I bought 3 items. That's it. That's it. Have somebody from your family, maybe your husband, maybe your kids, whoever, have somebody go on their TikTok page, go to your page, and buy one of your products. Okay? So you need somebody to go buy a product from you. Have somebody in your household, some extended relative, somebody. Just say, buy my product. Hand them the money to buy the product. If they don't want to buy it, spend their own money. Give them the money. Have them buy your product. Okay? You got 3 sales, friend. Okay? So you need, that's it. Mr. Arlene confirmed it. That is a workaround. I've heard it happen. And I'm going to tell you right now, it happened for me, and I didn't realize it had happened for me. So with my current shop page used to be my faceless page, I had TikTok shop where on that account I had unlimited access, and it was well under 5K. But I just didn't know. I didn't even know about the pilot program. I'm just gonna be transparent with you all. I didn't even know there was a 1,000 limit pilot program until I started going live and I started doing research and started learning more about the TikTok shop process. And I was like, oh, that's what the pilot program is. Oh, here's all the information. So I started reading the question marks, reading about it. So that's how I knew, because I had already had unlimited access. Well, I had unlimited access is because when I first got my account, I had my daughter buy something from my account, a couple of different things from my account. So yesterday I had 22 sales. Wow, congratulations. Wait a minute. Congratulations. Wow, that made me pause. I was like, you said yesterday. It was like yesterday. I was like, oh, wow. And why aren't you doing a shoppable live again, miss? For real, for real. No, like real, for real, for real. You said it was lit. For real, for real. Why aren't you doing another one today? Like in the next 30 minutes, like you should be going live. Like, do whatever you did yesterday. New people are gonna come in your room. Repeat it. Rinse and repeat. Yeah, I don't know. You all want to get there. Thanks. You're welcome, friend. You are so welcome. So yeah, get somebody to buy a product. Let's say, yeah, go live. What you waiting on? If you have that type of level of success yesterday, go ahead, friend. That does not happen all the time. I want to buy the Go Pure Neck Cream. Put in your shop and I'll buy it from you. Oh, look at you. I will do that. Oh, I meant to text you back. Come on. Wait a minute. Now I'm going to have to get up and get my pen because I hadn't gotten my pen. Let me get my pen. Okay. So Go Pure Neck Cream, and I was supposed to get the jar of, and I did not put it in my story yesterday. I forgot to message you. So I'm getting my notebook now. I'm going to do both. Go Pure, and I'm going to message you for both, Luna. And you asked about the Super Calm in a jar. Thanks for saying that, friend. Appreciate the support. Yeah. I got you on both now, so I'm going to do it right after this live. So I'm squaring it off. It is there. I am not going to walk away before I do that. Appreciate your friend. We can all do this to help each other. Yes, we can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I was on a live yesterday, and that's well, you guys heard me earlier. I got to ask about that microphone. Oh, what's going on? I got to check on that microphone that Tech Trends has, because she has a microphone that is in her shop that I think I want. It was mostly the glasses. Really? Friend, you need to go back live. You need to go back live. I don't know what you waiting on, but you need to go back live. You said I bought pants from Jesse. Exactly. So seriously, you need to go back live. What's the hold up? Today is Saturday. I can see if it was the Lord's Day, but it's not even the Lord's Day. It's your day. So it's Saturday. Go live, friend. Go live. Thank you so much, all who are coming in the room. We're winding down, friends. We are winding down. So I'm about to get off shortly. I was letting the treasure boxes roll off. I support our community, folks. There we go, friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So yeah, really quickly, 5K. So I just gave you the cheat code. Let's see if it works for you all. But what you need to know is if you're trying to unlock unlimited access for TikTok Shop, try it out. If you have sales, at least 3 sales in the last, I'm going to say in the last 30 days, just kind of keep that in perspective. So I would say for you, leadership, if you just had it in the last week, in this past week, add another sale. Get another couple sales. Do 3 if you can do somebody about 3 different things. And then see if that unlocks your unlimited. Especially if you're somebody who's going to use it in post, okay? Unlike your friend that you're looking at here who needs to post more and has unlimited. So if you are trying to post more, then make sure you unlock it. Happy Saturday, friends. I'm going to do this too. Yes, Luna, try it. I have videos. We have videos and drafts. Oh, okay, you draft your videos. Okay. I need to do better with batching Yeah, I definitely need to do better with some batch creation. But yeah, try that trick and see if that gets you unlimited. Okay, and then maybe check in the next day or so and see if they gave you unlimited because of those commissions coming through. Okay, I literally have shopping business big to post. Oh my gosh. Yes, get some more sales. So you're relying on sales from individuals out there in the TikTok streets. You need to get some sales from your friends and family, friend. Okay, go ahead and just make some sales happen. Say, hey, I'm gonna give you this money. I need you to buy this for me. I want you to get this, and it may even be a product that you need. So just like Luna just asked me to put something in my shop and she's gonna get it. You may have somebody else, like my husband, the toothpaste. I put it in the shop because he was like, hey, you got this toothpaste, put it in your shop. And then he ended up buying it for me. And I got the credit for that. Now, granted, it was our money, but yeah, so just know that that's another way to do it. So look and see if there's some things you want to add to your shop that you might want to use to promote. You said, thank you for this information that you might want to promote. And then you add it to your shop, have somebody buy it from your shop. You said, true. And then you get the credit for that. And then, like I said, with 3 sales, you said, D Queen said, let me say hi to her because she giving all this information. How you doing, D Queen? Appreciate your friend. Thank you for the daily harmony. Let me see if I can ask a friend this weekend. Seriously. And seriously, if you got somebody close by, close enough, next door neighbor, family, somebody, say, oh, here's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, here's what happened, and I'm gonna tell you this because I sent it to Coach Miss Jessie. There's actually, in part of the training, there's actually a video that says this, and I was like, oh, that's how you get unlimited. It actually said if you have 3 sales, that you've made, they will give you unlimited access. So that's the workaround where you don't need 5K. So just know that is a workaround out there. And again, it's worked for, you just heard Darlene say she had it happen for her. I know it happened for me. I just didn't realize that's what actually happened. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. I sent you Coach Miss Jessie. So as I was doing some of the training for, shifting over to TikTok shop, it came across in the video. I was like, wait a minute, did he just say that? And that's what he said in the video. Okay, gonna ask a friend now. See, okay. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, thank you all, friends. Y'all like, look here, Dr. Lisa, I had no idea. Thank you, D Queen. I appreciate you, friend. But yeah, so you said I missed that. What you missed? So unlimited access, to unlock unlimited access. To unlock unlimited access for TikTok Shop. If you are under 5K followers, okay, some products you can't even put in your showcase until you have unlimited. Yep. Even when you purchase, yeah. So you gotta make sure you add the product to your showcase first, whatever the product is. Yeah, someone told it to me, and I told you, Dr. Lisa. Yeah, you told it to me, and then I sent you the video confirming it. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, so that video he actually says it in the video. It's one of the training videos. Like you need 3 sales or 5K followers to get unlimited access. I was like, oh, okay. So if you're trying to get unlimited access for TikTok Shop, then you have to have 3 sales. That is something that's out there. So what I told you to do in terms of getting your 3 sales, you put a product in your showcase, or you have products in your showcase, and then you have somebody close to you who has TikTok. Family member, friend, they can go to your showcase directly, they can go to your video post, however you want to do it. And if they purchase 3 different items, you get the sales for that. And then typically the credit shows, I don't know if it shows, I'm going to say it shows up immediately that you got the sale. I think shipment happens. There's some things that happen. So if there's a delay or a lag, just know maybe that's part of the confirming that the purchase was delivered. Okay, so sometimes it might be a lag or so that you have to wait. There is information in our in the FAQs for TikTok Shop that breaks down how you get your commission, and I think there's a 31-day turnaround before you start seeing your commissions come in. And so just know that there's a lag there. So your unlimited access, I don't know if it's tied to that lag. It could be, or that processing time. but it could be immediate or it could be based on that processing time. But no, you could get unlimited with just having those 3 sales. Okay, that's something that cannot be offered to you. And yeah, get 3 or 4 sales from somebody. Just get a couple, get as many sales as you need, and see if that flips you over to unlimited, and then start posting more videos. So, and like I said, I'm about to take my about to end the live shortly, but that's ultimately what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to post a few more videos over there, and just make sure I'm getting some content created. TikTok took commission because of a video. Took a commission. They took your commission because of one of your videos. That happened to you? Really? Thank you so much, Nika. I appreciate your friend. That happened to you for real? They took it. Wow. So the video was there was a violation on the video or something like that. Is that what you're saying? Some kind of violation? Yeah, they TikTok Shop is pretty strict. Yeah, I had to do an appeal last night for one of my comments, and I was like, I read literally what was on the screen. So what was on the screen came from y'all. It was about the post. It was pricing with the flash sale and the deals for you days. It was one of the products. It said an extra 20%. So when I said an extra 20%, there was like misleading information. I was like, that's from the screen. That's what the product says. I'm not saying that. Y'all said that. So I had to write it up and screenshot it. How you doing, some sugar? Appreciate your friend. I screenshotted it and submitted it as an appeal. So we'll see if I get it approved. It wasn't. You said it wasn't my foot. What happened? What happened? What was the video? You know what? Your videos must be really interesting, friend. I need to go and binge watch your content. What are you doing? So what was the product? Scroll up. But you know what? It might not have. Hold on one second. They took your. Last thing I see is TT took a commission because of a video, and then you put yes, and then it says it wasn't my foot. So the TikTok filtered your other comment. TikTok did not let that. Whatever was before it wasn't my foot. TikTok was like, no, we're not gonna let her see that. Yeah, it didn't show it. It didn't show it. I went back to look at comments. Y'all laughing. TikTok was like, we are not gonna let her see that. I don't know what this is about. All right, friends, let me let y'all go. I so appreciate y'all. You said fault? Oh, is that what she said? It wasn't my fault. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Maybe not foot. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Jamie Lynn said maybe. He said maybe. Jamie Lee, I'm sorry. It said it was a foot. I'll send it to you. It was a foot. She said, no, I meant foot. I'm curious, friend. What did you just do? What happened? Jamie Lee, you got to come up again. Explain the story just so that everybody else can laugh. Please. Hit invite. Do you want to be invited up, friend? We're gonna do this real quick so you can tell this story about the foot. What happened to your video?
So what I did is I made a video. It was like a foot callus remover.
Okay.
So I I did my friend's foot. I'm like, can I borrow your foot? And apparently, if you depict skin that is disturbing in any way, yeah, and that includes like facial stuff. So like, let's say you have acne, and you know
wait a minute, wait a minute. They gave you a reason for the violation. So there's
Yes.
a violation that speaks to feet or skin.
And it's only for the TikTok shop. The video itself, there's no violation, and it checks out with a green check mark. It's literally that if you have like icky skin or anything that somebody determines as disturbing,
Oh,
like you cannot get. They'll just take the link away. So now nobody can buy it even.
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing. Apparently, if you have disturbing skin, like yeah.
So wait a minute. So was the person's feet that bad?
I mean, if you're really close up, yeah, which is why I think the only way that you can sell those things are if you show, like, oh, what a difference this makes, right? So I was trying to be up close. I'm going to send you the video. It's on my other account.
I don't know if I want to see this video.
I'm going to let you know. Tell me if it's that bad.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. What's your account so other people can go to your page and look at this video?
It's this one. It's JRockstar007 with a 2. So JRockstar0072.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah, I'll send you the link so you can enjoy that video.
you said I ain't making no money off it no way, so go ahead and share it out.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted, the idea was is to make it look really bad and then just smooth it out, right?
Right.
But apparently TikTok does not like disturbing skin, so and there's a lot of people that have like alopecia or like oh gosh, what's that called when your skin gets the really hard, not psoriasis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway, it's TikTok, so we just go with the flow.
Right. So do you have unlimited? You've had sales though, haven't you?
So I have on this account, but I haven't done anything with it on this account. So I have on the other account, if that sale doesn't count, I'm sure they're not counting it towards that. So I have to sell 3 things on my other account.
Okay.
But the problem is like I bought a lot of stuff on this account on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I have not on the other one, but yeah, but I was trying to put stuff in my showcase that I have and that I use because but they won't even let me put like the makeup that I bought or anything in the showcase if you don't have like doll 10 you cannot put in your basket unless you have 5,000 or unlimited.
Okay.
And it tells you that like you can't put this in your showcase until you have unlimited, and I'm like, oh, that's terrible. So yeah.
Yeah. So leadership, I'm gonna answer your question in 1 second. So Jamie Lee, what I want you to do though, go to find some other product that you want to try out. Add it to your showcase that is not, that's not a restriction based product. Add it to your showcase. Have somebody buy it, your husband, you, somebody else buy it from your showcase. And then essentially, because you can't buy stuff from your showcase, TikTok doesn't know it's you. Somebody clicked the link and bought your stuff. So, or have your husband. Does he have an account?
No, but he should.
Exactly, he should. Just like my husband, I made him have an account. So have him add an account, and then buy stuff from your account. So that's his purpose. His purpose is to buy from your account and come sometimes and tap your screen. So. But exactly. But yeah, I have like this lip plumper gloss that I have in my showcase. I like it a lot. So look for products that you might want to try out and you might want to showcase and add those to your showcase, and then have somebody buy them, get 3 products, get 3 sales, and then you go from there.
Okay, perfect. I just sent you the video on your shop's account.
Okay, perfect. All right.
So enjoy that.
I will. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. It's a great product. What's a great product? The gloss stuff. What you talking about? What's the great product? Thank you so much, Peach Blood. Appreciate your friend. I do like the gloss though. That shiny gloss. I have a little bit on it still. Leadership. Here's where you're gonna go, friend. You say yes. I do like it. Yeah. So here's where you're gonna go. When you go to your when you're on your TikTok shop page, the home screen. So click your profile, click TikTok Studio. Under monetization, click TikTok Shop for Creator. So you go into TikTok Shop for Creator. So yeah, it really is a great product. Yeah. Um, TikTok Shop for Creator. Once you're on that home screen, click your. They changed it. It just depends on what's in that top right corner. It's either going to be three lines or it's going to be your face. One of the two. Because it's funny, on this account, it's my face. On my shops page, it's the three lines still. Don't know why. It's two different looks. But I think they're trying to update different features and pages. So click the three lines or your face. When you click that in the top right corner, it'll take you to almost another menu page. Scroll all the way to the bottom. It'll say TikTok Shop for Creator. That's where you know that you have three lives, shoppable lives, five unlimited videos you can do. It kind of breaks down the whole criteria. If you have unlimited, it'll actually say it at the top. It's under that TikTok Creator Pilot Program. I'm sorry, Creator Pilot Program. And it's typically the last one. It's the last thing under that list of menu options. Creator Pilot Program, and like the first sentence will say you have unlimited access. So that's how it works. Yeah. Let me know if you heard that, if you're still in the room. Hopefully that helps, friends, where you can go to get that. All right, let me know if there's any other questions. You said say that again. Still 5 videos. Okay, so still 5 videos. It's not, I don't think it's immediate. I'm going to tell you that now because I think what happens is that sale has to get processed. And it may very well be that process that sale, it has to get delivered. And then the criteria for you to get your commission is also a factor. So it could be that as well. So don't quote me on how quickly that turnaround is going to happen, but you may even have to wait till your commission kicks in, which could be 31 days. So don't quote me on that. But again, because you have those sales, well, damn, it could be 2 to 3 weeks. It could be. It could very well be. But I don't know. I don't know if it will become unlimited for you sooner, or you gotta wait 2 to 3 weeks. Meaning my sales first week won't. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I think all of it is a factor. Reason why when I made that comment about how long ago were the sales, I just didn't want them to be like way out, like a month, 6 months. But if they are recent enough, I think you should be fine. They were within the last 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So I think that should be fine. So see what happens. Continue to post your videos. Get some more sales. Making sure you have some more sales that happen. I think you should be fine. If you want to be on the safe side, have somebody buy 2 more products. And that way you have 3 that have happened in the last 24 hours. So that way there's no mistaking about you having a 3 threshold. I can't post videos how high I hit my limit every week. Yeah. So hopefully you get it unlimited soon. Maybe hopefully within the next day or 2. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Coach Miss Jessie, where I said to check to see what your limit is, go to your TikTok Shop for Creator. So you're going to that home page, TikTok Shop for Creator. The top right corner is going to be either 3 lines or your face. So whichever is up in that top right corner, click it. Okay, the 3 lines, or you'll see your little face, your profile picture. So you're gonna click that. Once you click it, there's gonna be a menu of different options that show up. Click the one that says Creator Pilot Program, the very last one, typically. Click that one, and it will then tell you in the very first sentence or 2 what your access is. Is it unlimited? Is it 3 shoppable lives, 5 shoppable videos a week? It just depends on what is your criteria. So that's where you could find it. Okay. All right, friends. I so appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for the support. I see everybody in the room. I am going to transition off these TikTok streets for the morning. I'm gonna get a couple videos posted. Here's hoping. Get a couple videos posted. I got some homework to do for Luna. Luna told me to add some stuff to my showcase, so I'm gonna do that right now. But all right, friends. I so appreciate everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be back at 4, and we'll get to talking and chatting. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Hello, hello. Take care. Thank you so much for liking the live, sharing the live out, and supporting the live stream. You all are awesome, awesome, awesome. Appreciate all the support. Take care.